Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great week so far. We're halfway through, right? So welcome back to the channel. This is a video for my athletes. I make short videos every day, Monday to Thursday. My goal was to make a video for that Monday to Thursday, every day of the week, being Monday to Thursday, for the whole year, just to kind of, I think, give them drive, motivation, tips, tricks, small nutrition advice, small things that I think sometimes my athletes forget about, but they're almost as important as the diets and training programs that they follow. But these small things, I can't imagine if I had to put all of these tips, ideas, or tricks on paper somehow, or send them on a message, or even if I did something like that, you'll lose the paper within the first week, and then the whole year. What's going to happen? I find that athletes tend to keep on looking, and I understand that. I'm a lot the same, and this is kind of the topic for tonight. So that's why I make these videos, to just keep them on the right path, keep them focused on the right things, not the wrong things. Anyways, keeping that in mind, of course, is continuously upskilling yourself. Many reasons that's a good idea. I try to think of a couple. The one for me is, I think it's a great thing to continuously try to learn something new, because it humbles you. You get people that are in very high levels in certain positions in life, and they turn into assholes because they think they're very special, and they're not. Even if you are very special, you are not. Okay? In my opinion, the whole bigger schemes of things, people thinking they're special is almost like a fly or an ant thinking it's very special. I'm sure you are, just like I am, right? All ants of us dancing around. So that's my opinion. People, my friends will know kind of my opinion on all those types of things. Might seem jaded, but I try to base a lot of things that I think about, talk about, and do in reality. And I've noticed that if you're not continuously upskilling yourself, or you are in certain places, either mentally or physically, where you're learning something, or you are aware that you still need to learn things, as I said, that idea kind of humbles people, and it keeps them grounded. It keeps them being nice to work with, nice to talk with, where people that feel like they're at the top of their fields don't have time for anybody and anything, and they're kamastigmas always busy. I think that really happens to those types of people, and it feels sometimes sad, I guess, because it feels like they become very one-dimensional without realizing it, and then you miss out on a lot of I would say content and happiness in life, just by letting yourself go a little bit, realizing there's many and much things lot bigger and more important than you, and that you want to learn about all these things. I mean, you could be the top person in one field. If you know nothing about all these other things, you might be quite useless, to be honest. So that's something I really like. I'm always playing around with different things, like some of my athletes and some of my friends will know I'm busy with martial arts, with the boxing, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu. So I do share some of that with them. The idea is always kind of keeping yourself grounded, realizing there's a lot I don't know and might never ever know. And that gets some people anxious. Definitely productive people, they're always so focused on doing more and more and more, where it seems like the lazy people want to do less and less and less. But nonetheless, so that's the first thing. It kind of humbles you, being introduced to things you don't know, having to learn and listen. Needing to follow perhaps and not lead. That always I remind my athletes, I love being led in some instances, because it's completely, I don't have to worry about the outcome. I just follow whatever you say, and I'll do the work. That's one thing about me. I'll put the work in. If you're telling me we'll get from A to B if I do this and that, let's go. Show me, So I'm kind of like that. It takes all the stress away. I really just like putting in the work. And if I trust the process, then it just, smooth sailing, The second part to that, again, and I was kind of talking about that, not being one-dimensional, is if you have more points of view about certain things, about everything, if you have a little bit of understanding of more things. It's like you have a different perception than just one way. For example, if there's a restaurant, you'll see that restaurant differently if you were the cook versus if you were the owner. And again, now differently in points of what are your priorities, what are what is the way that you look at the restaurant. So that's kind of trying to be the cook, seeing it out of the viewpoint of the actual restaurant owner, seeing it from the viewpoint of a waiter, seeing it from the viewpoint of a customer. So that's kind of, I would say, with bodybuilding, for me, over the years, I had a lot of different aspects looking at the game, because I started off as just an athlete, then turning into a chairman, then later becoming a judge, then later becoming a professional athlete, then later, so all these things, and you start seeing the game from many angles, and it's helped me a lot in the sport. So if that works there, I've noticed that it also works in other places. So that's why I'm always trying to upskill and learn new things, because it just increases just my ability to think on the fly, to troubleshoot situations, just because I've been tested a little bit more. Because situations, reaching goals, learning new things will definitely test you. So that's definitely, I would say, is that enough good reasons? I've talked about so many things that you could definitely drag out 3 or 4 more reasons in there, but let's say that's the one. And the other one, of course, not being one-dimensional, because it might limit you in life, and 2, again, of course, that it humbles you, it kind of grounds you, and that's a good place to start anyway. I would say if your feet are grounded, and you stick to the plan, 1 foot in front of the other, you will definitely get to where you need to be, or where your goals are. So that's a great thing. Let me add on the last one to that, and I'm going to tie this to literally everything, is it gives you purpose. And if we have purpose, and you get up in the morning, you go to bed at night, and you are grateful that you are in the position, and you have the actual ability to chase or to go for this dream or goal that you have in mind, that's something to be very grateful for. I don't think I mentioned it enough the last couple of weeks. I've been very tired, but I have never stopped being grateful. So I hope you guys have had a great week so far. Don't give up. There's 2 days left. This is fucking downhill from here to the weekend. Greta's done with her show. She did so well. She placed second, first in both shows. In the second show, she won the overall. So we're very happy. It was a good prep, a good year. And now I think maybe next year's my turn. But I've been saying I'm going to compete the last 2 years. So let's see if it happens next year. Hopefully so. There's no pressure, so that's, I think, why it really it really takes the pressure off. I'm really calm and collected, so when I feel ready for it, I'll definitely see you guys on stage. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.